What if I told you that the biggest reason you're not wealthy has nothing to do with how much money you make? Not your salary, not your job, not even your opportunities. Because there are people earning average incomes who quietly become wealthy, and there are people earning high salaries who stay stuck their entire lives. So what's the difference? It's not effort, it's not intelligence, it's psychology. There are invisible mental barriers, deeply wired into the middle-class mindset, that silently keep millions of people trapped in a cycle they believe is progress. And the worst part, most people never even realize these barriers exist. Today, we're breaking down the 6 psychological traps that prevent the middle class from ever becoming truly wealthy. The illusion of progress. Let's start with something uncomfortable. From the outside, the middle class looks like it's moving forward. You get a job, then a better job, then a promotion, your salary increases, your lifestyle improves, a nicer phone, a better car, a bigger house. It feels like growth. But look closer. Every increase in income is matched, sometimes exceeded, by an increase in expenses. More income leads to more commitments. More commitments lead to less freedom. And slowly, without realizing it, you don't upgrade your life. You upgrade your cage. Because real wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much freedom you have. And this is where the first psychological barrier begins. Barrier number 1. The safety addiction. The middle class is deeply addicted to one thing: safety. A stable job, a predictable income, a guaranteed routine. It feels responsible. It feels smart. But here's the hidden truth. Your brain is wired to avoid loss more than it is to pursue gain. So instead of asking, "How can I grow?" you unconsciously ask, "How can I avoid risk?" And that question changes everything. Because wealth rarely comes from playing it safe. It comes from calculated uncertainty, from stepping into opportunities before they feel comfortable. But when safety becomes your priority, you start rejecting anything that doesn't look secure, even if it has massive upside. And slowly, your world becomes smaller, not because you lack opportunities, but because you're trained to avoid them. Barrier number 2, short-term reward thinking. Now here's where things get even more dangerous. The middle class isn't just trained to seek safety, it's trained to seek comfort. Immediately. You work hard, so you reward yourself. You earn more, so you spend more. Because your brain craves instant gratification. And society reinforces it. Buy now, upgrade now, enjoy now. But wealth doesn't work like that. Wealth is built in the delay, in the decisions where you choose long-term gain over short-term pleasure. The problem: those decisions feel uncomfortable, and most people avoid discomfort. So instead of investing, they consume. Instead of building assets, they buy liabilities that look like success. And over time, they trade their future for temporary satisfaction. Barrier number 3. Identity lock. In here's a truth most people never question. You don't act based on what's possible. You act based on who you believe you are. And for the middle class, that identity is often fixed. I'm a worker. I'm an employee. I earn money, I don't create it. And once that identity forms, it becomes a loop. Your beliefs shape your actions. Your actions create your results. Your results reinforce your beliefs. So even when opportunities appear, your mind filters them out because they don't match your identity. You don't think like an owner. You don't act like an investor. You don't see yourself as someone who builds wealth. And because of that, you never even enter the game. Barrier number 4. Fear of judgment. Now let's talk about something subtle but incredibly powerful. The fear of what other people think. Most middle-class environments reward one thing: being normal, following the path, doing what's expected, staying within the lines. But wealth creation doesn't look normal. It often looks risky, uncertain, even foolish at first. And that creates tension, Because stepping outside the norm means exposing yourself to judgment. What if it fails? What will people say? What if I look stupid? So instead of taking action, you hesitate, you wait, you delay, until eventually you do nothing. And in trying to protect your image, you sacrifice your potential. Barrier number 5, overvaluing education, undervaluing leverage. Now this one is deeply ingrained. The belief that more knowledge automatically leads to more income. So people chase degrees, certifications, courses, and while education is valuable, it's not what creates wealth. Because wealth isn't built by working harder, it's built by working smarter with leverage. Leverage means using systems, using assets, using other people's time or technology to multiply your output. But the middle class is trained in linear thinking. More effort equals more income. And that model has limits. No matter how skilled you are, there are only so many hours in a day. So instead of scaling, you stay stuck trading time for money, improving your effort but never multiplying it. Barrier number 6, the comfort zone trap. And finally, the most dangerous barrier of all, comfort, not struggle, not failure. Comfort because comfort feels like success. You're stable, you're secure, you're doing fine. But that's exactly the problem. You're not uncomfortable enough to change and not free enough to escape. So you stay where you are, year after year, convincing yourself that things will improve without ever making the decisions that actually create change. But here's the reality. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. The moment you choose one, you sacrifice the other. The system effect. Now step back and look at the full picture. This isn't just one mistake, it's a system. Safety keeps you from taking risks. Short-term thinking keeps you from building assets. Identity keeps you playing small. Fear of judgment keeps you stuck. Lack of leverage keeps you limited. Comfort keeps you from changing. And together, they create a loop. A psychological system that keeps the middle class exactly where it is, not because of lack of effort, but because of invisible constraints. Shift in perspective. But here's the good news. Once you see the system, you can break it. Because wealthy individuals don't just have different resources, they have different thinking patterns. They prioritize opportunity over safety. They delay gratification. They see themselves as owners, not just workers. They act despite judgment. They use leverage to scale. And they embrace discomfort as a signal of growth. And it all starts with awareness. Conclusion. So here's the truth. Wealth isn't blocked by money. It's blocked by mindset. And the 6 barriers we just uncovered are quietly shaping the decisions you make every single day. The question is, which one is controlling your life right now? Because the moment you identify it is the moment you begin to break free.